What are you working on right now that you, besides having just gone to the Obama conference, what are some of the efforts that you're involved in right now?
Well, my foundation, the Dolores Huerta Foundation, we're continuing the grassroots organizing, meeting in people's homes, making them understand that they do have power and that they can actually make changes. And they don't have to wait for anybody to come and do it for them. And the people that we work with, they're very low income. Many of them are farm workers or maids in hotels or janitors. And they actually go out there and they do things in their community. They have had infrastructure improvements like sewers and sidewalks, street lights, neighborhood parks, swimming pools. One group passed petitions and got a brand new gymnasium for their middle school. It just things of that nature. Many of them are now sitting on school boards and water boards and recreation boards. I have one example of a woman who is a farm worker, she's a citizen, of course, but very limited English in her speaking. But she got herself elected to the school board. And when the principal tried to get rid of the breakfast program because it was too much trouble, the paperwork, she got rid of the principal and kept the breakfast program. Then she got herself on the water board and found out that the person that they had hired had been fired from another utility district for embezzlement, so she got rid of him. And I mean, just that they could, really, they're very intelligent. They may not have had a chance to go to high school, but it's the whole idea of people taking power in their communities. And so we're active in 9 different communities in the Central Valley. The Central Valley of California is like Midland, Texas, okay? Very conservative, very reactionary, very racist. We just settled a lawsuit with our current high school district because of the discrimination, the expulsion and suspension of African American students and Latino students, hundreds of times higher than Anglo students. And we settled that lawsuit, and they have to change all of their ways. They have to get cultural competency training and, to change their procedures to keep the kids in school and not suspend them. And we just met with another group of parents up in the Mojave area. The suspension rate there of African-American students is, you'll not believe this, 81%. And so so this is what we're doing, organizing parents to go in and stop the school-to-prison pipeline. And at the same time, get them involved in voting. We're doing issues on health issues and also raising the consciousness. We have another program for our LGBT community there to kind of get rid of some of that stereotypes and homophobia. And, of course, empowering women. And I'm glad you mentioned that about the women, because one thing when I saw this movie and I was reflecting back on my life, and I thought, what is it? What is it that makes you do things like what I did in the movie that are sometimes not rational? And I think it is that we have to overcome our fears. And I think especially for women, we have to get rid of our inhibitions and we have to overcome our fears. And then that's how we can make things happen. And so I think that's what it is about organizing, is you get people to, to overcome their fears and get involved in public life and in civic life, because that's where our voices are needed. Our voices are needed out there. And so that's what I think we have to do.